Take a deep breath with me. Let the air fill your lungs slowly, gently. Feel your shoulders drop as you release that breath. You've carried so much today. The weight of decisions, the pressure of expectations, the endless list of things that demanded your attention. But right now, in this moment, you can set it all down. God sees you here. He sees the exhaustion behind your eyes, the tension you've been holding in your body, the thoughts that won't stop racing through your mind. And He's not asking you to fix anything right now. He's not requiring you to solve problems, or make plans, or figure out tomorrow. He's simply inviting you to come closer, to find the rest your soul has been craving. There's something beautiful about this invitation to rest. It's not weakness to need it. It's not failure to feel tired. Even the Creator of the universe, after forming the heavens and the earth, after breathing life into existence, chose to rest. He built rhythm into the very fabric of reality. Work and rest, day and night, seasons of activity and seasons of stillness. And if the God who never grows weary chose to rest, how much more do you need this sacred pause? You don't have to earn this moment of peace. You don't have to be productive enough or spiritual enough or together enough to deserve God's presence. He meets you exactly where you are, in your pajamas, in your worry, in your weariness. He sees the parent who gave everything today and still feels like it wasn't enough. He sees the employee who worked hard but goes to bed wondering if anyone noticed. He sees the dreamer whose path feels unclear and the heart that's been disappointed one too many times. Rest isn't just about your body, though your body needs it desperately. It's about your spirit finding its home again. It's about remembering that you're not the one holding the world together. You're not responsible for fixing everything or pleasing everyone or having all the answers. There's a God who's been taking care of things long before you were born and will continue long after you're gone. And tonight, He wants to take care of you. Let yourself sink deeper into wherever you're lying. Feel the support beneath you. This is what it's like to be held by God. Not earned, not temporary, but constant and sure. You can stop trying so hard. You can stop pushing through on your own strength. You can let someone else be strong while you rest. The day is done. Whatever happened today, the victories and the mistakes, the moments you're proud of, and the ones you wish you could do over, it's all in the past now. Tomorrow's concerns, those decisions waiting to be made, those conversations you're dreading or hoping for, they're still in the future. But right now, in this present moment, you're safe. You're loved. You're exactly where you need to be. God's love for you isn't dependent on your performance today. It doesn't fluctuate based on your productivity or your mood or how well you managed your responsibilities. His love is steady, constant, unchanging. Like the earth beneath you, like the rhythm of your heartbeat, like the cycle of breath in your lungs. It's always there, supporting you, sustaining you, even when you're not thinking about it. There's a gentleness in God's voice when He calls to those who are weary and heavy-laden. It's not the voice of a demanding boss or a disappointed parent. It's the voice of someone who understands the weight you've been carrying, someone who sees how hard you've been trying, someone who wants to lift that burden from your shoulders and give you the rest you need. This rest He offers isn't just a timeout from your problems. It's not a temporary escape that ends when morning comes. It's a deeper kind of rest for your soul. It's the peace that comes from knowing you're not alone in this life, that there's wisdom greater than your own at work, that there's love deeper than your understanding surrounding you always. You've been so strong for so long. You've made decisions and carried responsibilities and shown up for people and pushed through difficulties with such courage. But strength isn't about never needing rest. True strength knows when to be still, when to surrender, when to let someone else take the lead. And God is honored when you trust Him enough to rest in His care. As you lie here, imagine laying down more than just your physical body. Lay down the worry about whether you said the right thing in that conversation today. Lay down the anxiety about the bills that need to be paid and the problems that need to be solved. Lay down the guilt about the things you didn't get done and the pressure to be perfect. Lay down the fear about what tomorrow might bring and the regret about what yesterday took away. All of these burdens, all of these weights you've been carrying, they're too heavy for you. They were never meant to be carried by human strength alone. There's a God who specializes in heavy lifting, who can handle the things that keep you awake at night, who can work on your problems while you sleep peacefully. Feel the tension leaving your body as you release each concern. Your jaw unclenches. Your hands relax. Your mind begins to quiet. This is what it feels like to trust, to let go, to rest in the certainty that you're held by love that never fails. The world will be there tomorrow, but tonight, you don't have to hold it together. Your responsibilities will be waiting in the morning, But right now, you can set them aside. Your challenges haven't disappeared, but in this moment, you can find peace in the midst of them. God is weaving something beautiful in your life, even when you can't see the pattern. Even in the difficult seasons, even in the confusing chapters, even in the times when it feels like nothing is working out the way you planned. There's a purpose being worked out, a story being written, a love being demonstrated through every circumstance you face. You don't have to understand it all tonight. You don't have to figure out the next steps, or solve the mysteries, or make sense of the pain. You just have to rest, knowing that the one who holds tomorrow is holding you right now. You just have to breathe, knowing that the breath in your lungs is a gift from the one who breathed life into existence. This moment of rest isn't stolen time. It's not selfish or unproductive. It's sacred. It's necessary. It's a gift from a God who knows exactly what you need and when you need it. He's the one who designed your body to require sleep, your mind to need quiet, your spirit to crave stillness. And he's the one providing it for you right now. Let yourself receive this gift without guilt, without the nagging feeling that you should be doing something more productive. This is productive, this rest, this peace, this time of receiving love instead of always trying to earn it or give it away. Your soul is being restored right now. Your strength is being renewed. Your perspective is being refreshed. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, remember that each breath is sustained by the same God who keeps the stars in their courses and the seasons in their rhythm. You're part of something so much bigger than your problems, so much more beautiful than your struggles, so much more purposeful than your pain. The love that created galaxies and painted sunsets and crafted your unique heart is the same love that's surrounding you in this moment. It's not a distant love or a conditional love or a love you have to work to maintain. It's present, it's personal, it's permanent. It's the foundation beneath every fear, the light in every darkness, the hope in every disappointment. You can sleep tonight knowing that love will be there when you wake up. You can rest deeply knowing that the same God who watched over you today will watch over you through the night and into tomorrow. You can let go completely knowing that nothing precious will be lost while you rest. Nothing important will be forgotten while you sleep. This is your sacred rest. Not just the rest your body needs, but the rest your soul has been longing for. The rest that comes from knowing you're loved beyond measure, cared for beyond understanding, held secure beyond any fear or doubt or circumstance that might come your way. So breathe deeply, rest fully, and let yourself be still in the presence of the God who never sleeps so that you can. Let yourself be quiet in the love of the one who never stops speaking words of life over you. Let yourself be peaceful in the care of the one who's been working on your behalf since before you were born and will continue long after you can't work anymore. You are safe, you are loved, you are held, and you can rest now, knowing that everything you need for tomorrow will be provided, everything you're worried about is being handled, and everything you're hoping for is being worked out by hands more capable than your own and a heart more loving than you can imagine. Rest now, beloved. Rest deeply. Rest peacefully. Rest in the certainty that you're exactly where you belong, exactly when you belong there, held by a love that will never let you go. In the quiet of this moment, when the world has grown still and your heart has found its rhythm, there's something I want you to know. Something that might feel too good to be true, but is more real than anything you've ever experienced. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not invisible. Right now, as you lie here in the darkness or the soft glow of your room, there is a God whose attention is completely focused on you, not distracted by the billions of other people on this planet, not overwhelmed by the vastness of the universe he created, not too busy managing the cosmic order to notice the details of your life. His awareness of you is complete, intimate, and constant. He knows the exact number of times your heart has beaten today. He knows every thought that crossed your mind during that difficult conversation. He knows the worry you tried to hide behind your smile and the hope you're afraid to voice out loud. He knows the song that got stuck in your head this morning and the memory that made you pause with unexpected sadness this afternoon. You might feel small in a world of 7 billion people. You might wonder if your life really matters in the grand scheme of things. You might look up at the stars and feel insignificant under their infinite display. But to the God who spoke those stars into existence, who knows each one by name and holds them in their courses, you are not just another face in the crowd. You are his beloved. You are his treasure. You are the one he thinks about constantly. His thoughts toward you outnumber the grains of sand on every beach, in every desert, on every ocean floor. Think about that for a moment. Pick up a handful of sand and try to count the grains. It's impossible. And yet, that's just a tiny fraction of how often God thinks about you. Before you wake up, He's already planning good things for your day. When you're sleeping, He's working on your behalf. When you're worried, He's already making a way. You know those moments when you feel utterly alone? When it seems like no one really understands what you're going through? When you're surrounded by people, but still feel isolated in your struggles? Even then, especially then, you are seen. You are known. You are held in the awareness of the one who created you for relationship with Him. He sees you when you're strong and when you're weak, when you have it all together and when you're falling apart, when you're succeeding and when you're failing, when you're faithful and when you're struggling to believe. His gaze never wavers. His attention never shifts. His care never diminishes. Think about the person who knows you best in this world. Maybe it's your spouse, your best friend, your parent, your sibling. They know a lot about you, but they don't know everything. They don't see you every moment of every day. They don't know every thought you think or every feeling you feel. But God does. And instead of being overwhelmed or disgusted or disappointed by what He sees, He loves you more deeply than you can comprehend. He knows your fears and He understands them. That anxiety that grips you in the middle of the night. He sees it, He feels it with you, and He's already working to bring you peace. That insecurity that makes you question your worth. He sees it, and He's constantly whispering truths about who you really are. That loneliness that aches in your chest. He sees it, and He's drawing near to fill that empty space with His presence. He knows your dreams too. The ones you've shared with others, and the ones you've kept secret in your heart. The ones that seem impossible, and the ones that feel too small to matter. He planted many of those dreams in your heart Himself, and He hasn't forgotten a single one. He's working even now to bring them to pass in ways that will exceed your expectations and fulfill you more deeply than you imagined possible. You are not an afterthought in God's creation. You are not a mistake or an accident or a cosmic coincidence. You were planned, designed, crafted with infinite care and attention to detail. Before the foundation of the world was laid, you were in His thoughts. Before the first star was hung in space, He was anticipating the moment when you would take your first breath. Before time began, He was loving you. Every part of who you are was carefully considered. Your personality, your gifts, your quirks, your way of seeing the world. None of it is random. You were knit together in your mother's womb by hands that never make mistakes, designed by a mind that never has accidents, shaped by a heart that was already completely in love with you. The struggles you've faced, the challenges that have shaped you, the difficulties that have felt overwhelming, God hasn't been absent from any of them. He hasn't been surprised by your pain or confused by your circumstances. He's been present in every moment, working all things together for your good, using even the hardest experiences to develop strength and character and compassion in you. Those tears you've cried when you thought no one was watching, He collected every one, not because He enjoys your pain, but because your heart matters so much to Him that even your sorrow is precious. Those prayers you whispered in desperation, wondering if anyone was listening, He heard every word, every cry, every plea. And He's been answering in ways you may not recognize yet, but in ways that will ultimately bring you more joy than you asked for. You matter to God in ways that would overwhelm you if you could fully grasp them. Your happiness brings Him joy. Your peace gives Him satisfaction. Your growth fills Him with pride. Your love for Him delights His heart. You are not just one of billions to Him. You are unique, irreplaceable, deeply cherished. When you doubt your value, remember that the God of the universe chose to create only one you. In all of history, in all of the future, there will never be another person exactly like you. Your fingerprints are unique. Your DNA is unique. Your perspective is unique. Your contribution to this world is unique. You fill a space in God's heart that no one else can fill. He thinks about you when you're not thinking about Him. He loves you when you don't feel lovable. He believes in you when you don't believe in yourself. He sees potential in you that you can't see yet. He has plans for you that are better than anything you've planned for yourself. Those moments when you feel forgotten by friends, overlooked at work, unappreciated by family. You are not forgotten by the one whose opinion matters most. Those times when you feel like you don't fit in anywhere, like you don't belong. You belong to Him, and He will never let you go. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe that you're alone, that you're forgotten, that you don't matter. But those are lies designed to steal your peace and your joy. The truth is that you are constantly on the mind and heart of the Creator of everything. The truth is that He delights in you, rejoices over you, sings songs of love over you even when you can't hear them. Right now, in this quiet moment, his presence is surrounding you. Not because you've been good enough or prayed enough or believed enough, but because he loves you and he chooses to be near you. His love isn't earned, it's given freely. His attention isn't something you have to compete for. It's yours by right as his beloved child. You don't have to perform to keep his interest. You don't have to be perfect to maintain his love. You don't have to have all the answers to deserve his attention. He knows you're human. He knows you're flawed. He knows you make mistakes and have bad days and sometimes struggle to believe. And he loves you not in spite of these things, but as the whole person you are. In a world that often makes you feel invisible, you are completely visible to God. In a culture that makes you feel insignificant, you are infinitely significant to him. In relationships where you sometimes feel unknown, you are fully known and fully loved by the one who matters most. He knows what keeps you awake at night and what makes you smile during the day. He knows your favorite color and your secret fears. He knows what encourages you and what discourages you. He knows what you need before you even ask. And he's already working to provide it in ways that will strengthen your faith and increase your joy. You are his masterpiece, his work of art, his beloved creation. Every breath you take is a gift from him. Every heartbeat is sustained by his power. Every moment of your life is precious to him. You are not forgotten. You never have been, and you never will be. As you rest here tonight, let this truth settle deep into your heart. You are seen, you are known, you are loved, you are remembered. The God who never sleeps is watching over you with infinite tenderness. The God who never changes continues to choose you every moment of every day. The God who never fails will never fail to love you exactly as you are while helping you become everything he created you to be. Close your eyes and rest in this certainty. You are not forgotten. You are his beloved, now and always. Take another deep breath with me. Feel the air entering your lungs, filling your chest, and then slowly, gently, let it go. As you exhale, imagine releasing something you've been holding onto too tightly. Maybe it's a worry that's been gnawing at your mind. Maybe it's a situation you've been trying to control. Maybe it's a fear about tomorrow or regret about yesterday. Whatever it is, you can let it go now. There's something beautiful that happens when we finally stop gripping so tightly to the things we were never meant to carry. Your hands weren't designed to hold on to worry. Your shoulders weren't built to bear the weight of everyone else's problems. Your mind wasn't created to solve every mystery or control every outcome. You were made to walk through life with open hands, trusting that what needs to stay will stay, and what needs to go can be released without fear. Right now, God is inviting you to uncurl your fingers, to open your palms, to let him take the burdens you've been carrying. He's not asking you to be irresponsible or to stop caring. He's asking you to stop trying to do his job. He's asking you to stop exhausting yourself, trying to manage things that only he can handle. Think about that situation that's been keeping you awake at night. You know the one. It plays like a broken record in your mind. The same concerns cycling through again and again. You've analyzed it from every angle, considered every possible outcome, tried to prepare for every scenario. But all that mental energy hasn't changed anything, has it? It's only left you tired and stressed and feeling more helpless than when you started. What if tonight you chose to hand it over? What if you decided that your worried thoughts aren't helping and your anxious planning isn't necessary? What if you trusted that the God who has carried you through every difficulty so far can handle this one too? Surrender isn't giving up. It's not admitting defeat or choosing to be passive. Surrender is recognizing that there are some battles that aren't meant for you to fight. There are some problems that require wisdom beyond what you possess. There are some outcomes that depend on factors completely outside your control. And instead of exhausting yourself trying to force solutions, you can rest in the knowledge that God is already working on your behalf. Feel your body sinking deeper into rest as you imagine the weight lifting from your shoulders. That tension you've been carrying in your neck and back, it doesn't have to stay there. That knot in your stomach from worry, it can unclench. That tightness in your chest from anxiety, it can soften and release. You've been trying so hard to be strong, to have all the answers, to fix what's broken, to make everything work out perfectly. But strength isn't about carrying every burden yourself. True strength knows when to hold on and when to let go. True strength recognizes its own limitations and isn't ashamed to need help. True strength trusts in a power greater than itself. God's hands are so much stronger than yours. His understanding is so much deeper than yours. His love for you and for the people you're worried about is so much greater than you can imagine. When you place your concerns in his hands, you're not abandoning them. you're entrusting them to the only one who can truly handle them. Think about that relationship that's been causing you stress. Maybe it's tension with a family member, conflict with a friend, uncertainty about someone you love. You've probably spent countless hours thinking about what you should say, how you should act, what you can do to make things better. But relationships require two people, and you can only control your half of the equation. You can love, you can forgive, you can communicate clearly and kindly, but you cannot force another person to respond the way you want them to. What if you surrendered your need to control that person's choices? What if you trusted God to work in their heart, while you focus on keeping your own heart right? What if you stopped trying to be the Holy Spirit in their life, and instead became a conduit of God's love and grace? Or maybe it's your finances that have been weighing heavily on your mind. The bills that need to be paid, the income that needs to increase, the unexpected expenses that always seem to come at the worst time. You've run the numbers over and over, looked for solutions, made plans and backup plans. But at the end of the day, your security doesn't come from your bank account. It comes from the God who owns everything and promises to provide for his children. This doesn't mean you shouldn't be wise with money or that you shouldn't work hard. It means you don't have to carry the crushing weight of financial worry. It means you can do what you can do and trust God to do what you cannot do. It means you can sleep peacefully, knowing that the God who feeds the birds and clothes the flowers will take care of you too. Perhaps it's your health that's been a source of anxiety. Your body isn't cooperating the way it used to. You're facing medical concerns, or dealing with pain, or watching your energy decrease. You've researched treatments, consulted doctors, tried different approaches. But ultimately, your life is in God's hands, not your own. Your days are numbered by Him, not by any diagnosis or prognosis. This doesn't mean you shouldn't take care of your body or seek medical help. It means you don't have to live in fear of what might happen. It means you can trust that whether God gives you healing or strength to endure, He will be with you every step of the way. It means you can rest in His sovereignty over your life and your health. Maybe it's your children who occupy your worried thoughts. You love them so much that their struggles feel like your own pain. You want to protect them from every hurt, shield them from every disappointment, solve every problem they face. But you cannot live their lives for them. You cannot make their choices for them. You cannot force them to follow the path you want them to take. What you can do is love them unconditionally, pray for them consistently, and trust that the same God who loves you even more than you love them is working in their lives, even when you can't see it. You can surrender your need to control their outcomes, and instead focus on being the parent they need you to be in each moment. Or perhaps it's your future that fills you with uncertainty. The career decisions, the relationship questions, the dreams that feel impossible, the plans that keep changing. You want to know how everything will work out, when your breakthrough will come, what path you should take. But God rarely shows us the whole picture at once. He gives us just enough light for the next step, just enough provision for today, just enough strength for the current challenge. You can surrender your need to see the entire roadmap and instead trust the guide who knows the way. You can stop trying to figure out every detail of tomorrow and instead be fully present to the grace available today. You can release your timeline and embrace His timing, knowing that He makes all things beautiful in their season. As you breathe deeply, imagine each exhale carrying away another worry, another burden, another weight you've been carrying. With each breath out, you're creating space for peace to fill those empty places. With each release, you're making room for God's strength to replace your weakness, His wisdom to replace your confusion, His peace to replace your anxiety. This is what it feels like to let go. Not the scary feeling of losing control, but the incredible relief of realizing you never had control in the first place. And that's actually good news. The one who is in control loves you more than you love yourself. He cares about your concerns more than you do. He's more invested in your happiness and your growth and your future than you could ever be. You don't have to hold your life together. You don't have to make everything work out perfectly. You don't have to have backup plans for your backup plans. You don't have to worry your way to solutions or stress your way to breakthrough. You can rest in the certainty that God is handling what you cannot handle, working on what you cannot fix, and preparing what you cannot see. Feel the tension leaving your jaw as you stop clenching your teeth against worry. Feel your shoulders dropping as you stop carrying the weight of the world. Feel your hands relaxing as you stop gripping so tightly to outcomes you cannot control. This is surrender, not defeat, but freedom. Not giving up, but letting God take over. There's something miraculous that happens when we truly let go. Space opens up for God to work in ways we never could have managed on our own. Solutions appear that we never could have devised. Doors open that we never could have forced. Peace fills the places where anxiety used to live. Joy replaces the heaviness we thought we had to carry forever. You are not responsible for holding the universe together. You are not required to solve every problem or fix every broken thing. You are not obligated to carry burdens that were never meant to be yours. You are invited to do your part and trust God with the rest. You are called to walk in faith, not in fear. You are loved too much to be left to figure everything out on your own. Tonight, as you surrender each worry, each burden, each weight you've been carrying, remember that letting go is not about losing something precious. It's about placing precious things in hands that are infinitely more capable than your own. It's about trusting love that never fails rather than relying on strength that was never meant to carry so much. Breathe out fear and breathe in faith. Breathe out worry and breathe in peace. Breathe out the need to control and breathe in the freedom to trust. With each breath, you're learning what it means to rest not in your own ability to manage life, but in God's promise to manage it for you. You can sleep peacefully tonight knowing that while you rest, God is working. While you dream, He is arranging circumstances for your good. While you surrender control, He is demonstrating just how good it feels to be loved by someone who actually has everything under control. Let go, beloved. Release and rest. Surrender and sleep peacefully, knowing that everything you've entrusted to God is safer in His hands than it ever was in yours. As you lie here in the gentleness of this moment, your breathing steady and your heart beginning to quiet, I want to speak words over you that have the power to change everything. These aren't just hopeful thoughts or positive affirmations. These are promises, unbreakable, unchangeable, eternal promises that God has made specifically about you and your life. Listen to these words and let them sink deep into your spirit. God has plans for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Plans that were formed before you were born, written in His heart before time began, established before you ever drew your first breath, or cried your first tear, or spoke your first word. These plans haven't changed because of your mistakes. They haven't been cancelled because of your failures. They haven't been postponed because you've taken detours, or made wrong choices, or felt like you've wasted time. God's plans for you are not dependent on your perfection. They're rooted in His love. And His love never wavers, never diminishes, never runs out. Right now, even as you rest, those plans are unfolding. Even in the seasons that feel stagnant or difficult or confusing, God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating circumstances, preparing hearts, opening doors, and making ways where there seem to be no ways. What looks like delay to you is actually divine timing to Him. What feels like setback to you is actually set up for something greater than you've imagined. He has promised that all things work together for good for those who love Him. All things. Not just the good things, not just the easy things, not just the things that make sense. All things. Every disappointment has been woven into a greater tapestry of blessing. Every closed door has redirected you toward an open one that leads somewhere better. Every painful experience has developed strength and compassion and wisdom in you that could only come through that particular fire. The struggles you've faced were not punishments, they were preparation. The delays you've experienced were not denials. They were God's perfect timing protecting you from good things, so you could receive great things. The losses you've endured were not endings. They were clearings, making space for something new and beautiful to grow. God has promised that He will never leave you nor forsake you. Never. Not when you're at your strongest, and not when you're at your weakest. Not when you're faithful, and not when you're struggling to believe. Not when you're succeeding, and not when you're failing. Not when you're happy, and not when you're heartbroken. His presence with you is not conditional on your circumstances, or your behavior, or your feelings. It's based solely on His character, and His character never changes. There have been moments in your life when you felt utterly alone, when it seemed like everyone had abandoned you, when the silence felt deafening and the darkness felt overwhelming. But even then, especially then, He was there. When you couldn't sense His presence, He was working in ways you couldn't see. When you couldn't hear His voice, He was speaking on your behalf. When you couldn't feel His love, He was loving you through the very pain that was breaking your heart. He has promised to supply all your needs according to His riches. Not according to your bank account, or your paycheck, or your investments, or your family's resources. According to His riches. And His resources are limitless, inexhaustible, infinite. The God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, who holds the wealth of nations in His hands, who created gold and silver and precious stones. This God has committed Himself to providing for you. This doesn't mean you'll have everything you want. but it does mean you'll have everything you need. It means the provision may not always come in the form you expect, but it will always come at exactly the right time. It means you don't have to worry about tomorrow's needs, because the God who fed 5,000 people with a few loaves and fishes, who provided water from a rock in the desert, who sent ravens to feed his prophet, this same God delights in showing his power through providing for his children in impossible ways. He has promised that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Think about that. Every attack on your peace, every assault on your joy, every scheme against your progress, every plan to destroy your hope, none of them will ultimately succeed. You may face battles, but you will not be defeated. You may go through storms, but you will not be destroyed. You may experience setbacks, but you will not be overcome. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe that you're vulnerable, that you're at the mercy of circumstances, that you're powerless against the forces that seem to be working against you. But that's a lie. You are not defenseless. You are not helpless. You are not abandoned to fight your battles alone. You have divine protection, heavenly backing, supernatural assistance that makes you more than a conqueror in every situation you face. God has promised to give you beauty for ashes. Every area of your life that has been burned down, every dream that has turned to dust, every hope that has crumbled, none of it is wasted. None of it is beyond redemption. None of it is too broken for God to restore. He specializes in taking the most devastated places and creating something more beautiful than what was there before. Those ashes in your life, the broken relationships, the failed dreams, the lost opportunities, the painful mistakes, they're not the end of your story. They're compost for something new to grow. They're raw material for God to craft a masterpiece. They're the very things he will use to create beauty that will amaze you and inspire others and bring glory to his name. He has promised to turn your mourning into dancing, your sorrow into joy, your despair into hope. The grief you're carrying won't last forever. The pain that feels so overwhelming right now will not have the final word. The darkness that seems so impenetrable will not overcome the light that is coming. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And God has so many mornings ahead for you, so many reasons to dance, so many occasions for celebration. God has promised that he will complete the good work he began in you. You are not a finished product yet, and that's okay. You're a work in progress, a masterpiece still being painted, a song still being written. Every experience you go through is adding another brushstroke to the canvas of your life. Every season you walk through is contributing another verse to your unique story. You don't have to be perfect yet. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be further along than you are. God isn't disappointed in your progress or frustrated with your pace. He's proud of how far you've come, encouraged by your growth, and excited about where he's taking you next. He has promised to give you wisdom when you ask for it. Every decision you're facing, every choice that feels overwhelming, every crossroads where you don't know which way to turn, you don't have to figure it out alone. You have access to divine wisdom, heavenly insight, supernatural understanding. The God who knows the end from the beginning, who sees every possible outcome, who understands every consequence. He's willing to share his wisdom with you freely, generously, without finding fault. You don't have to be afraid of making the wrong choice. Even when you make mistakes, God can use them for good. Even when you take detours, he can get you back on track. Even when you choose poorly, he can redeem the consequences and teach you valuable lessons that wouldn't have been learned any other way. God has promised to be your strength when you are weak. Every moment when you feel like you can't go on, when you're at the end of your rope, when you have nothing left to give, that's when his strength shows up most powerfully. His power is made perfect in your weakness. Your limitations create space for his unlimited ability to shine through. You don't have to be strong enough for everything you face. You don't have to have enough energy for every challenge or enough courage for every battle. You just have to be willing to receive his strength, to depend on his power, to let his ability work through your inability. When you are weak, then you are strong, because his strength is unlimited and it's freely available to you. He has promised to give you peace that passes understanding. Not peace that depends on everything going your way, not peace that requires perfect circumstances, not peace that only comes when all your problems are solved. Peace that exists in the middle of chaos, peace that remains steady during storms, peace that guards your heart and mind even when nothing around you makes sense. This peace isn't something you have to generate through positive thinking or create through perfect circumstances. It's something you receive as a gift from the Prince of Peace himself. It's something that flows into your heart when you remember who God is, what he's promised, and how much He loves you. God has promised that His love for you will never fail. Never. Not on your worst day, not during your weakest moment, not after your biggest mistake. His love is not based on your performance. It's based on His character. His love is not earned by your goodness. It's given because of His goodness. His love is not maintained by your faithfulness. It flows from His faithfulness. You are loved with an everlasting love. You are loved with a love that will never end, never decrease, never run out. You are loved when you're lovable and when you're not. You are loved when you feel it and when you don't. You are loved perfectly, completely, unconditionally, eternally. He has promised to make all things new. The broken things in your life, the damaged places, the relationships that seem beyond repair, the dreams that appear to be dead, none of them are beyond His power to restore and renew. He's not just in the business of fixing things. He's in the business of making them better than they were before. Your future is not limited by your past. Your potential is not defined by your history. Your possibilities are not restricted by your current circumstances. God is doing a new thing in your life, and it's springing up even now. Can you perceive it? Can you sense it stirring? Can you feel hope rising in your heart? These promises are not wishful thinking or empty words. They are backed by the character of a God who cannot lie, who never changes His mind, who has the power to fulfill every word He speaks. These promises have been tested by millions of people throughout history who found them to be absolutely reliable, completely trustworthy, totally faithful. Tonight, as you rest in these promises, let them become the foundation beneath your faith, the anchor for your hope, the source of your peace. Let them remind you that no matter what you're facing, no matter how difficult things seem, no matter how long you've been waiting, God's promises concerning you will come to pass. Your best days are not behind you, they're ahead of you. Your greatest victories are not in your past, they're in your future. Your most beautiful chapters are not already written. They're being written now, and will continue to unfold in ways that will exceed your highest expectations. Rest in these promises, beloved. Let them quiet your fears, settle your anxieties, and fill your heart with hope. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the beneficiary of divine promises that will never fail. You are not forgotten or overlooked. You are specifically included in every promise God has made to His children. Sleep peacefully, knowing that every word God has spoken over your life will come to pass. Every promise will be fulfilled. Every plan will be accomplished. Every good thing He has prepared for you will come to fruition in His perfect timing. These are not just nice thoughts to comfort you through a difficult night. These are unshakable realities that will hold you steady through every storm, sustain you through every challenge, and carry you into the fullness of everything God has prepared for those who love Him. You are promised, protected, provided for, and deeply loved. Now rest in the certainty of these truths, knowing that the God who promised is faithful to perform everything He has said. Now, as we come to this final gentle place of rest, I want you to sink even deeper into the most profound truth that exists in all the universe. You are completely, utterly, extravagantly loved. Not loved because of what you do, but loved because of who you are. Not loved when you're perfect, but loved especially in your imperfection. Not loved conditionally, but loved with a love so pure, so constant, so overwhelming that if you could see it fully, it would take your breath away. Close your eyes and imagine for a moment what it would feel like to be loved perfectly. To never have to wonder if you're good enough. To never have to earn affection or work to maintain acceptance. To never have to fear that one mistake, one bad day, one moment of weakness could cost you the love that matters most. This is the love that surrounds you right now. The love that has surrounded you every moment of your life. The love that will surround you for all eternity. God's love for you is not like human love. Though human love at its best gives us a tiny glimpse of His heart. Human love fluctuates with emotions and circumstances. Human love has conditions and limitations. Human love can be withdrawn, can be earned and lost, can be damaged by disappointment or betrayal. But God's love is different. God's love is perfect. His love for you exists independent of your behavior. It doesn't increase when you do well and decrease when you struggle. It doesn't grow stronger when you're faithful and weaker when you doubt. It doesn't depend on your prayers being eloquent, or your faith being strong, or your life being together. It simply is constant, unchanging, infinite. Think about the most loving person in your life, the one who has shown you the most grace, the most patience, the most kindness. Think about how it feels to be in their presence, how safe you feel, how accepted, how valued. Now multiply that feeling by infinity, and you're beginning to touch the edge of how God feels about you. Their love, beautiful as it may be, is finite and flawed. His love is boundless and perfect. You are his beloved, not one of many beloved, but individually, specifically, uniquely beloved. When God thinks about you, his heart fills with joy. When he looks at you, he doesn't see your failures first, he sees his masterpiece. When he considers your future, he doesn't focus on your limitations. He sees unlimited potential. When he remembers your past, he doesn't dwell on your mistakes. He celebrates every step of growth, every moment of courage, every choice to love and be loved. This love has been pursuing you your entire life. Every breath you've taken has been a gift of this love. Every sunrise you've witnessed has been painted by this love. Every moment of beauty that has taken your breath away, every experience of joy that has lifted your heart, every provision that has met your need, every protection that has kept you safe, all expressions of a love so vast that the universe itself cannot contain it. But this love also meets you in your darkest places. It doesn't abandon you when you're depressed, doesn't withdraw when you're angry, doesn't diminish when you're confused or afraid. This love is particularly present in your pain, especially close in your sorrow, most tender in your weakness. The valleys you've walked through, the deserts you've crossed, the nights that seemed endless. His love was there, carrying you when you couldn't walk, holding you when you couldn't stand, whispering hope when you couldn't hear anything but despair. God's love for you is not based on your potential, it's based on his heart. You don't have to become someone else to be worthy of this love. You don't have to fix yourself, improve yourself, or transform yourself to deserve it. You are loved exactly as you are, right now, in this moment, with all your flaws and fears and failures. This doesn't mean he doesn't want you to grow. Love always desires the best for the beloved. But his love for you isn't conditional on your growth. He loves you completely while you're growing, loves you through the process of becoming, loves you in the messy middle of transformation. His love is the safe space within which you can change, the constant foundation that gives you security to risk becoming more than you are. You know those parts of yourself that you try to hide from others? The thoughts you're ashamed of, the struggles you don't talk about, the areas where you feel weak or broken or not enough. God sees all of it, knows all of it, and loves you not in spite of it, but as the whole person you are. There is nothing about you that surprises him, nothing that shocks him, nothing that could make him love you less. His love is big enough to hold your anger when life doesn't make sense. It's patient enough to endure your questions when faith feels impossible. It's gentle enough to comfort your fears when the future seems uncertain. It's strong enough to carry you when you can't carry yourself. It's wise enough to know what you need before you know you need it. This love delights in you. Yes, delights. The God of the universe takes pleasure in your existence. He enjoys your personality, appreciates your uniqueness, celebrates your individuality. You bring him joy not because of what you accomplish, but simply because you are. Your laughter makes him smile. Your tears move his heart. Your dreams matter to him because you matter to him. When you were formed in your mother's womb, it wasn't a biological accident or a random occurrence. It was love taking physical form. Every part of you, your appearance, your personality, your gifts, your way of seeing the world, was crafted by hands of love, designed by a heart of love, spoken into existence by the voice of love. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You are not a cosmic afterthought. You are a love letter from God to the world. This love has big dreams for you. Dreams bigger than you've dared to dream for yourself. Not dreams that will crush you under pressure or exhaust you with striving, but dreams that will fulfill the deepest longings of your heart, that will use your unique gifts in ways that bring you joy, that will make a difference in the world in ways only you can make. These dreams may look different from what you've imagined. They may unfold differently than you've planned. They may take longer than you've hoped or come in forms you didn't expect. But they are dreams born out of love, designed by love, empowered by love. And love never fails to accomplish what it sets out to do. Right now, as you rest, this love is working on your behalf. It's arranging circumstances you know nothing about. It's preparing opportunities you haven't imagined. It's opening doors you didn't even know existed. It's healing wounds you thought would never mend. It's restoring relationships you thought were beyond repair. It's fulfilling promises you thought had been forgotten. This love never sleeps, never takes a break, never gets tired of caring for you. While you rest tonight, love is working. While you dream, love is planning. While you sleep peacefully, love is moving heaven and earth to bring good things into your life. You don't have to earn tomorrow's blessings tonight. You don't have to perform your way into God's favor. You don't have to be perfect to be loved perfectly. You can rest, truly rest, knowing that you are held by a love that will never let you go, never give up on you, never stop believing in you. This love sees your future, and it is good. It sees your potential, and it is limitless. It sees your story, and it is beautiful. Not because every chapter will be easy, but because love will be the thread that weaves through every page, the theme that gives meaning to every plot twist, the promise that ensures every story ends in victory. When tomorrow comes with its challenges and opportunities, you will not face them alone. Love will go before you to prepare the way. Love will walk beside you to provide companionship. Love will follow behind you to ensure nothing good is lost. Love will surround you on every side, so that no matter which direction you turn, you will encounter the goodness and faithfulness of the one who loves you most. You belong to this love, not because you've earned your place, but because love chose you. Before you chose love, love chose you. Before you knew you needed love, love was already making provision for you. Before you understood what love meant, love was already demonstrating its commitment to you through every breath, every heartbeat, every day you were given. This belonging is permanent. You cannot be removed from God's love. You cannot be cast out of His heart. You cannot lose your place in His family. You cannot forfeit your position as His beloved child. This is not a relationship based on your performance. It's based on His promise, and His promises never fail. As you prepare to drift into sleep, wrapped in the warmth of this perfect love, remember that you are not just loved, you are beloved. You are not just cared for, you are cherished. You are not just accepted, you are delighted in. You are not just tolerated, you are treasured. This love will be the first thing that greets you when you wake up tomorrow morning. It will be with you through every moment of your day. It will comfort you through any difficulty and celebrate with you through any joy. It will be your companion in ordinary moments and your strength in extraordinary challenges. Years from now, decades from now, when this earthly life comes to its end, this love will be what carries you home. This love will be what has made your life meaningful, what has given purpose to your days, what has transformed even your struggles into something beautiful. This love will be your eternal dwelling place, your forever home, your everlasting rest. But you don't have to wait until then to experience the fullness of this love. It's available to you right now, in this moment, in this place where you lie. It's surrounding you like the air you breathe, sustaining you like the ground beneath you, covering you like the gentlest blanket. Breathe in this love. Let it fill your lungs, your heart, your mind, your soul. Let it seep into every cell of your body, every corner of your thoughts, every hidden place in your heart. Let it be the last thing you're conscious of as you drift into peaceful sleep, and the first thing you remember when you wake. You are loved, beloved. Completely, perfectly, eternally loved. Not because of anything you've done or failed to do, but because you are precious to the heart of God. You matter. You belong. You are treasured beyond measure. Rest now in this love. Sleep peacefully in this love. Dream sweetly surrounded by this love. And wake tomorrow knowing that this same love will be with you through every moment of your new day, every challenge you face, every joy you experience, every breath you take. You are God's beloved, now and always. Let this truth be your pillow tonight, your comfort through the darkness, your hope for tomorrow. You are loved with an everlasting love, and nothing in all creation can ever separate you from this love that surrounds you, sustains you, and will keep you in perfect peace all the days of your life. Sleep well, beloved. Rest deeply in the arms of the one who loves you most. And may you wake refreshed, renewed, and reminded of just how precious you are to the heart of God.